What's up? This is Metal Nate, and I'm here with David Davidson from Revocation. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. This is a hometown show for you. It's your studio release show. You just put out a new album called Chaos of Forms.
Yep.
How has that been doing? It's been 2 days, so I don't know if you have a gauge for that yet.
Yeah, we have no idea, but we heard it's doing pretty good, so hopefully people will go out and check it out.
Awesome. And this is the first album with your new guitarist. You have now you added a second guitarist in, and you can really tell on the album that you've utilized that. The melodies with the guitars are amazing. Like the riffs, it's a guitar-gasm the entire time, pretty much. How awesome was that for you to have someone else to write guitar riffs and to play with you?
Well, the writing for the record was mostly already done when Dan joined the band, so there wasn't a ton of writing, but as far as for this record, but it's been great live because we can do all the harmonies and stuff like that, and Dan rips a couple of solos, so there's some cool kind of like trading off stuff that we do, and just in general, it just makes our sound like much thicker. So yeah, I mean it's been fucking great.
And how is the writing process for this, and how long did it take you to write this album? Was it something that you wrote on the road, or did you get some time off to do it?
Yeah, I kind of just constantly write stuff. I don't designate time to write an album. We're always working on stuff. Yeah, I just usually write riffs and kind of arrange them at my house, and then come into the practice space and we all jam out on them and see what works, see what doesn't work, that kind of thing.
Okay, and what was the recording process like for this? Did you, where was it recorded? Was it recorded right here in Boston? Or?
It wasn't recorded in Boston, it was recorded in Mass. We did Damage Studios again. He's Pete Ruccio is our guy who did Empire of the Obscene. He also did Existence is Futile. So we went with him again, and it was a blast working with him. Again, we did this one a little bit differently because we recorded it in between tours. So we did the drums, then we had to go on tour, and then we came back and did guitars, then we had to go on tour again, and then we came back and did vocals. So it was the first time that we broke up the recording process, and did it in 3 different sections rather than usually we just do it all in one chunk. So that was different for us.
Was that better? Did you find yourself going back and rewriting some parts while you were away, or when you came back, you found that you liked to do something a bit differently for guitars, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a little. It wasn't better or worse. It was just kind of different, I mean, it does give you the opportunity to really listen back to every part and say oh, well, could I do something different here or this or that? But at the same time, sometimes if you listen to something too much, you don't want to second guess it, because it's oh, I don't know, do I want to change this or that? So, but for the most part, it was more just of it was good because it gave us more time to prepare, being able to practice solos to some guitar riffs that were already there, hearing it with a somewhat decent mix, kind of helped me to, write stuff rather than just messing around in GarageBand with just me playing a backing track. I got to actually hear it how it was going to sound in context. So that helped a lot.
That's pretty sweet then. How's this tour going? Because I know the economy's been down and a lot of bands are having trouble where they're getting really low turnouts at shows. And I mean, this is a small venue, and I already see a decent crowd out there waiting to get in, so it's going to be good tonight.
Yeah.
But how has it been overall? What's the average night like for this tour?
We are not on tour right now.
This isn't?
No, this is a one-off show.
This is a one-off show. I thought you were on this tour with Tuxedo.
No. They're out with Holy Grail and Crumb Bums, but we're not on. We're just doing the Boston show.
Okay, so you haven't been on tour at all this summer then?
We did go on tour with Forbidden.
Okay.
That was we got back from that probably a month ago.
So you have a month off. You have a couple more days, and then you have a month off.
Yeah, well, we're playing today, and we're playing Saturday night in New York City. But that's not part of this tour. That's just kind of our own thing.
You have September off.
September's off.
And you just got announced for an awesome tour with Chimera and Impending Doom and
Rise to Remain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a blast. It's a really, really diverse bill. We've never been on tour with any of those bands before, so we're looking forward to meeting all the dudes and hanging out and just being able to play every night with a totally diverse package, so it should be fun.
That's a pretty big tour. It's going all across the U.S. It's not coming back here, unfortunately.
Right.
Maybe some more dates will be added. Cross my fingers.
We'll see.
Well, that's pretty awesome then. As far as the tour this past summer then, you said that was with Forbidden?
Yes.
How did that tour go for you?
That tour was great. We were out with Forbidden, Havoc, White Wizard. So it was a good, just fun, thrashy tour. All the bands were great. Forbidden are obviously thrash legends, so it was an honor to go out and tour with them. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And what do you listen to in your downtime? Because you play metal, so I know a lot of bands don't really like to listen to the same kind of stuff they play.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I go through different moods. Right now, I've been kind of on like a little bit of a death metal kick, so I just was listening to some Dead Congregation, and yeah, band rules. Decibel Omega, I've been like really jamming their stuff really hard. Just listening to this band Legion from Sweden.
They're good.
Yeah, they're super sweet. So yeah, like black metal, death metal, I've listened to that a lot, and then like in general, just kind of some more like just guitar like composers and stuff like that. A little bit more, I don't know. You got to rock out to like some Michael Jackson every once in a while, you know. Listen to some pop.
Crank up beat it or something.
Yeah, you know, yeah, just mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I've been kind of on like a death metal and black metal kick as of recent.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know, it's all good. Actually, no, I downloaded the new Extreme record. That record rules. It's pretty sweet. I'll have to go pick it up.
You guys should do like a Relapse like tour, like a bunch of bands off. I mean, this has a bunch of bands on Relapse tonight,
Right.
but you should get like an actual like full bill of Relapse bands. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think they used to do that, like the Contamination Tour. I think they used to call it back in the day, but I don't know if.
Bring it back.
Yeah, if there's something in the works, I mean, you know, it'd be killer to go out with like, you know, they have there's too many great bands to list, but I mean, we've toured pretty extensively with Misery Index before, so those are our bros. So we'd love to go back out with them and, you know, do, you know, there's so many bands you could choose from. You know, Carnage, Obscura, you know, it's too
Their
many.
new album's sick too.
Yeah, it's great. There's too many to mention.
But on as far as bands, while we're on that topic, if you could tour with anyone right now, active touring bands, who would you really dig touring with? I was thinking Trivium would be a sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Band.
I mean, like, you know, if it's like a wish list kind of thing, I mean, obviously it'd be like killer to go with like Metallica. I mean, what band wouldn't want to tour with Metallica? Because like the crowds would be freaking insane every night, like just huge people. So, but you know, a little bit more realistic. You know, it'd be cool to like. I know Gorguts is reuniting, so it'd be cool to tour with them. One of my favorite bands is called Martyr. They're from Canada. We played like one-off shows with them before, but it would be cool to do like a full-on tour, just so I could like take notes every night from the guitarist Dan, because he's fucking probably the best guitarist in death metal out there right now.
Every night would be a guitar clinic then?
Exactly. I would just like, you know, sit with a pen and paper and just try and see what he's doing. Draw
Sweet.
sketches maybe. I don't know. His fingers move so fucking fast.
Yeah, well, hey, you're a pretty awesome shredder yourself. Did you find that this album was easier on you for writing because you've sort of honed your skills in the course of just touring repeatedly over the last record?
It's definitely the hardest material solo-wise that I've ever had to like compose. So, like the solos are definitely kind of difficult to play for sure. So I mean, you build up your technique, you know, obviously, so it makes things easier. But then you always want to push yourself, so you just end up writing harder shit, you know. So it's like you're always like
Gonna push it to the next level.
chasing that dragon or something. I don't know. It's like chasing the guitar dragon.
The Guitar Dragon. I like that. That should be the name of your next album.
Chasing the guitar dragon. Maybe.
Maybe the drummer might not go with that, but
Yeah.
oh well, that's okay. So as far as upcoming stuff after the tour with Chimera, do you have anything in the works?
Yes, we actually just got confirmed for a big one, but I can't say anything about it.
What continent is it on?
It's gonna be a U.S.
Okay. Is it gonna come around here?
I don't even know what the dates are yet, but
No routing yet? Or anything?
yeah, no routing or anything like that. But it's gonna be huge. So
Cool. So some big name bands then?
yeah, it should be a good time.
Okay. I'll stop trying to. So let's think.
You're not gonna get out of me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how am I gonna get any more out of you? Let's see. Just trying to. Oh yeah, you had a question. You really wanted to ask that?
What is your favorite color?
I don't know. I guess like bluish green, maybe. I don't know. Blue and green are like pretty cool colors. I don't know. It's like, yeah, from blue. Maybe I'm boring like that. I don't know.
It's all good. I just had a couple more questions though. Blue green is good.
Yeah, like the color of like decomposing flesh.
Is that a hue I can find in like a crayon or something?
Yeah, but
Crayola make that decomposing flesh
you
color?
gotta mix them together.
Oh, darn. I was hoping to use that. As far as starting out in this area of New England, did you find that there's not a huge thrash? I mean, there's a scene here, but it's a hardcore scene mostly in Boston. How did you get like off the ground?
I mean, I think, you know, I mean, there's definitely a hardcore scene in Boston, but, you know, we grew up playing with, like, so many metal bands, so I could name you, like a ton. I mean, like, you know, we're playing tonight with Ramming Speed. They're killer, like, thrash, kind of punky, grindy band. Like Razor Maze are a thrash band. This is a band called Sessionment. They're like a death metal band that like totally kill. So there's a ton of different bands out there. I mean, it's known most for its hardcore scene, but really like within the Boston like proper scene, there's like tons of underground, death metal grind. Like Anthony's other band is called Living Void. They're a grind band. So there's so many bands. It's not just hardcore. I think the perception is that it's kind of only that. But if you really are from this scene and you grew up here, you realize just how many different bands there are. And there's always places popping up that like do like basement shows, or I was at like a secret like kind of practice space warehouse show last night. You know what I mean? And like, but tons of different bands played. So it's got a really good scene of different stuff, not just hardcore.
That's cool then. I'm from Maine, so
right.
The scene there is also tons of hardcore. Mm-hmm. So not much thrash metal where we are anyway. As far as venues around here, have you ever played this one?
Yeah, we played here a bunch of times. But I know people that work here.
So is it nostalgic for you at all? Because
yeah, it's nice to play Great
Scott since then.
Yeah, I mean we played Great Scots is a cool venue for us to play. We used to play O'Brien's down the street. We play Middle East, which is in Cambridge.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of cool spots for shows. I like this one because it's so close to me, and like there's always like generally parking around here, so that's nice and easy. Yeah, and cool places to eat. So
yeah, definitely.
I just got a fucking
as far
turf
as
sandwich thing across the street, so it's pretty cool.
Definitely is. As far as the new album, Chaos Forms, I have to ask you about that a little bit. Otherwise, Dave Elric will hit me.
He's gonna come down on you hard if you don't ask those questions.
No, he's a good guy. So I was wondering if you could talk about Cradle Robber. That's a really, really catchy song, especially with the chorus. Yeah. And I was wondering, the song title is pretty self-explanatory, but where did you come up with that?
We were on a tour in Denmark, actually, with Dying Fetus, and it was our first time in Europe, so we were just sightseeing every day, and like there's so many like cool churches with like all this like rad architecture. So I think it was me and Phil that were walking around. There was a courtyard of this one church that we were checking out, and it had like this really, really creepy statue of a Grim Reaper, and he was like cradling a child, and like there was like a mother at his feet, like, and then she had like her drapery all over, and she was like clearly like balling up like at his feet, and he was kind of like running away, and like there was like the transcription or whatever on it said like death took her child into unknown land. So I took a picture of it right away because I was like, it's the creepiest statue I've ever seen. And he's like all emaciated looking and stuff. It's like really creepy, like shouldn't be in like a church courtyard, but that statue just really inspired me to like start thinking about like the concept of like a mother having to deal with like the loss of like a child, because it would be such like an up and down emotion. Like you have a child, you're bringing a life into the world, and then like a month into it, it's like snatched away from you. So it's just kind of like
that's pretty metal.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about like what like the interplay between like this sort of character of death that just doesn't care for the pleas of any sort of mortal, and like a mother like pleading with him to like give the child back, and death just basically being like, oh, sorry, it's destiny.
Well,
you take your kid away now.
You killed it with the chorus too. It's so catchy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah,
using the clean vocals there was sick.
Yeah, it's like people call them clean vocals. I don't know. They're like screamed clean. I don't know. They're like I definitely like scream my balls off on that chorus. So it's not like I'm singing like. Woo, like there's some grit behind it for sure. So it's kind of like a in between, like it's like a scream with a pitch. I guess
it's like Alice in Chains almost. Like
that's cool. Yeah, I mean I'm a huge Alice in Chains fan, so I will definitely take that compliment, sir. Thank you very much.
And is there anything you want to say to Revocation fans about the new album? If they haven't picked it up yet, maybe they're hesitant or something. Or
we all feel like it's the best record we've ever done. So if you're a fan of the band, you want to support us, definitely go out, pick up a copy of the record, and it's like on iTunes. It's like you can get it in stores. So it's on vinyl for the first time. So if you're a total vinyl freak and love collecting that shit, definitely pick that one up because it looks totally sick. And yeah, just if you're not gonna buy it, like just check it out. At least it's like streaming online on I think it's still up on Guitar World maybe, and some other places like Bandcamp is streaming the whole record. So if you're hesitant about checking it out, you could like hear every song. So just listen to it is the biggest thing. We just want people to fucking check it out. So
cool.
That's our main thing.
Well, I'm definitely gonna pick up a copy tonight. So thank you very much for the interview.
Cool, man.